What's going on? This is Kareem from DJBooth.net, and I'm here in the lab to give you guys a quick rundown video review of the new Pioneer XDJ-700 media player. So what we have here is the newest Rekordbox media player from Pioneer DJ. This is the XDJ-700. Late last year we did the review of the XDJ-1000. That is the bigger brother to this model here. It's bigger in some dimensions. It has a nice bigger jog wheel, and we'll flash that review up in the corner for you guys so you can go and check out that review. But this is the little brother. That means it costs less, it weighs a little less, and it has a little less functions and features of that XDJ-1000. So let's do a really quick dive and see exactly what the new XDJ-700 Pioneer Rekordbox player is all about. Alright, so here it is, the new XDJ-700 multiplayer. This is a Rekordbox player. As such, you can see we have the USB dongle sitting right into the USB port. First impressions, it's very small. It's good, compact, lightweight design. It has basically no metal inside of it, but it does have a brushed aluminum type faceplate to the bottom, and the top half is all set up so that way you can just use this touchscreen, beautiful touchscreen that you see here. It also is half height, meaning it's not exactly the height of normal DJ mixers unless you use their supplied and removable extension. It's like a stand, so that way it can go up to your bigger heights for your mixers, such as the mixer you see here, the DJM-900 Nexus 2. Around the back we have your USB port, so that way you can use this like a controller with your computer. You also have your link cable, RJ45 jack, so that way you can link multiple units together. You can link up to 4 of these units together, and you can mix and match them with different flavors of CDJs or XDJs that are also Rekordbox compatible. You can play from a single USB stick, and that way you can share all of the music across all. You also have your RCA cables here, and then you have your power dongle and your on-off switch in the back as well. You'll notice this is the XDJ series, and as such the XDJs do not have any type of CD slot whatsoever. So here we have it, the XDJ-700, and it has your familiar layout to all other Pioneer DJ style players. You have your play pause here, your cue. They're nice and metal, so they feel just like they do on the professional setup. They're not as big, but they are lit and they work very nicely. You have a smaller size jog wheel here. It's still mechanical, still nicely weighted, but you can't change the weighting of it. You can't change the tension of it, but it is nice, good enough to pull off most scratches, and it is very responsive. It has a push press sensitive, touch sensitive style jog wheel top to it, so that way the program knows when you're actually scratching the music or not. You have your vinyl mode button, so that way you can put this either in vinyl mode to where you can scratch the music, or you can have it in jog wheel mode to where you only fast forward or rewind the track or slow down or speed up the track accordingly. You have your search buttons, your track search buttons, you have your in and out and your reloop button, all familiar stuff here on the Pioneer range and lineup. Then you have your tempo slider, nice long throw tempo slider, so that way you can get your perfect style tempo adjustments. You have plus minus 6, 10, 16, and wide, which is 100. And you also have your sync and master here on the screen as well, and a master tempo button here to go with it. Up top you have your oversized scroll knob, which allows you to either zoom in and out of the waveform that you see on the screen, or you can use it to scroll through your tracks when you're in browse mode. Right now we're in perform mode. We'll take a closer deep dive so you guys can see exactly what we're looking at here on the screen. Okay, now as you can see, we're zoomed into the screen and we're in the regular home screen here. All the way at the top you have your different functions within the screen. You have your browse, search, tag list, info, menu, utility. Here you can actually save different things that you have. You can also save all your different settings here, so that way when you take your memory stick with you on the go and you plug into another player, you have all of your different functions and features already ready to go as soon as you reload them. You have your Rekordbox DJ connectivity, so you can use this with the computer. You also have your link mode, so you can link this with other players, as we are doing today with the CDJ-2000 Nexus 2. And you also have your USB mode, so that way you can activate the USB that you have inserted here. You're going to want to use Rekordbox DJ on your computer first in order to analyze all of your music. You can also create hot cues, cue points, loops, and all that stuff ahead of time, so that way when you get here to your player, you just insert the stick and you're ready to go. So we have everything already laid out here. You use your oversized knob in order to scroll through the different features and functions you see on the screen. You also have a really cool function that came from the XDJ-700, which is the QWERTY keyboard search. You can type in whatever you want to type in here, and you'll easily be able to see your different tracks on the screen. Then when you have it set up here, you can load the track right away. As you can see, it also had your album art form, your waveform is also here, and once you're in this section, you're allowed to use the actual knob here in order to zoom in and out of your waveform. You also can call into effect your loops at any time. You can save your loops and call them into action using these buttons here, and you hit the memory button whenever you have your loop there that you want to save. You also have your bar counter here, so that way you can see exactly what bar you're in at any given time. That's what these blue and red indicators are. And you also have all your track information at the bottom, such as your BPM, master sync, as well as your sections of your track, which you can easily jump through when you're in pause mode. Really cool stuff, really cool features. It's like a strip search that really wasn't on a price point like this in the past, but it's here now. You also have your slip mode and your vinyl break mode, meaning you can change the vinyl break or how the break happens once you press the stop button. So you also have your performance mode, which is the other main mode here, and you have your 3 hot cues, A, B, C, and they're very, very responsive on the screen. You also have your loops up here at the top. It is a little confusing sometimes that you have to press the record button in order to start recording on your different hot cues, and you have to go back to call mode in order to recall your hot cues. But at least you have 3 hot cues here at this price point. It's also not as good as actually pressing a hot cue button, but as you can see, they're very, very responsive. Okay, so in conclusion, the Pioneer XDJ-700 media player is an excellent choice for DJs who want a single deck style setup without paying the big arm and a leg price that they would for the bigger XDJ-2000 Nexus or even the XDJ-1000s. These come in at only $700 a piece, and they're excellent for any DJ who wants that full DJ setup experience, but in a smaller footprint, a lighter footprint. So it's going to be great for those who want a compact and lightweight setup, such as mobile DJs who want to bring these with them on the go. It's also really good for any club DJ who's playing on those real super expensive setups and they want to go home and still have a nice setup in their house, so that way they can DJ with a similar setup to that what they're using in the club and bring those same USB sticks with Rekordbox DJ capability, and they can play on their home as well as in the club with a very similar and familiar layout to them. It also has this beautiful big touchscreen where you can actually search for your tracks using the QWERTY keyboard. You also have your performance functions like hot cues and loops right there on the screen, as well as slip mode, and also the different features and functions that are hidden within. You also have the ability to link and share your different USB sticks with up to 4 different Rekordbox players, meaning you can link this with XDJ-2000 Nexuses or XDJ-1000s or anything else that is Rekordbox compatible, and you can play off of one multimedia USB stick. On the downside, it is kind of small, so you have a smallish jog wheel and you don't have the same LED indicators to show you your cue points and for juggling and scratching and things like that. And it's also not HID compatible with Traktor and Serato. However, the XDJ-1000 is compatible with this Serato and tractor, but the new XDJ-700 is not. You can map this to tractor if you want to and use it that way, but it won't be as tightly integrated as the XDJ-1000. So for more on the full written review, you guys can head on over to www.djbooth.net/DJS, or you can click on the link at the top of this video description. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up if you like what you see here, and as always, thanks for watching.
Why self-life? We got London on the track. Nigga, hustles don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'm leaning like I'm on the field for the Hennies. I talk lots of shit like my bitches are dangerous. They didn't know me once, so I left from with wishes. You know it's a drop when you drain and can't flip it. I'm living big, I swear to God, I'm Luke, ain't kicking. Money, turn up, mama, gon' slam her some dope, her hair gray like a grandma. You know my ice blingin' like OJ like a candle. Rollin', holding, I couldn't control, shouting like a channel. My rats are squeaking on that pot and I hop in that Rari, I crank her like water. Nigga, hustles don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? Just know that when you die, somebody